Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from TikTok. You know, this is a new saga. The horrible advice saga continues that women just keep giving to each other. Some of them is actually okay, I guess. But in the context of how they say it, it always ends up being horrible. So please like, subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to the fun. Ciao. It's chow time.
This is How to Be Sexy and Seductive 101. My friend Isaiah taught me this last week, so I'm coming fresh off this lesson. Essentially,
Just learned it last week, guys. Fresh off the press.
he reminded me that a lot of men, specifically successful men, want to bring beauty into their life. And I don't mean just a pretty face, a perfect body. Beauty in reference to art, fashion, literature, poetry, history, culture, music, film, TV, food, interior design. The list goes on. And being well versed in something beautiful is very sexy and seductive. Boom.
This advice doesn't even make sense. Like, what?
I don't know anything about any of those topics that I just listed. So this weekend, I was watching Quentin Tarantino up the wazoo. No, just kidding. I just rewatched Pulp Fiction, but I'm on my way. This is...
So they think it's art and beauty that gets to us, and her way of immersing herself into it is watching Pulp Fiction. I mean, it's a good movie.
Because I'm, like, actually fucking mentally insane, I thought I would share this with you guys because I think it's such a good tactic. This is how to get, like, a guy to, like, think that you guys are so similar and so, like, compatible. What you do, you go to their Spotify. Now, you might be like, I don't know what their fucking Spotify is. Usually, it's one of their usernames that they already have, okay?
So, first off, you gotta stalk the guy. You have to go through an app that you might not know is thingy, so you're gonna have to stalk him to try to get that app, or the username for that app. Got it. So first start stalking.
Look at their Instagram username on Spotify. Or just look up their name on Spotify. You'll find it. You'll find it somehow. Go to the last song that they added on there, okay? Go to the last song they added. Then when you snap them back, be in the car. I've done this a few times. Be in the car with, like, they can see the radio name. Send a picture of you listening to that song. So
God dang, the manipulation on this shit. I don't know if us men manipulate like this, but going to the Spotify, getting the last song just so you can post the song and make it seem like you guys like the same music. Interesting. I actually don't know if this works. This could be a 50-50 on this one. I don't know. I'm not a music I mean, I like music, but if someone was to do this with me, I probably wouldn't really care too much, to tell you the truth. I don't think it would give them a plus or anything.
So they're gonna be like, oh my god, we have the fucking same music taste. One guy, he replayed my snap, and he was like, OMG, I was just listening to that song in the shower, and I was like, no fucking way, I love this song. I didn't even know the song. I literally didn't even know the song. I think that I'm literally a mastermind, and it usually does work. Until I realize that I'm actually fucking insane. But, you know, for a little bit. Because I'm, like, actually fucking mental.
Until he realizes that she's actually insane. Fuck, alright, she admitted it.
Every man that I dated, every man that I worked with, fell in love with me. And would always want...
Someone has a chip on her shoulders, or she has a shitload of simps just throwing themselves at her.
Want marriage or something super serious with me. And here's how I did it. Hello, my name is Carla, and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. And I'll point out the obvious.
And she's probably still not married because that's her right hand that she's wearing, you know, a ring on, so...
I know I'm not the prettiest. I know I'm not the sexiest. But every single man that I encountered, or had to spend time with, would fall deeply in love with me.
You hear that? I don't want to talk shit, but this bitch is delusional. Every single man that she's came in contact with and worked with has wanted her and wanted her for marriage purposes. I don't think there's any woman out there that's like that. So for you to think that you're like that, and yes, you're not as high status in looks, but your attitude does not seem like it matches someone that would be like that.
Me. And here's my secret. I stayed
God, I
true
hate this
to myself.
thing.
AKA, I stayed feminine, I stayed kind, and I was always the standard. This is why I encourage people.
I don't look. The way she's going about here does not seem like a kind person.
To protect what they see, what they hear, what they feed their mind. Because like it or not, everything we absorb is noticed through our aura, aka our
I
presence.
can somewhat agree with
Mind
that.
you, I don't ever have to flirt with any man for them to fall in love with me. I don't even do it on purpose.
Yeah, there has to be a shitload of just simps just throwing themselves at her. Like, there has to be. There's just no way that all these men are high caliber men that are just throwing themselves at some random woman like this. Like, it's fucking stupid.
But I will say that very masculine men love very feminine women.
I'll
Love
agree
women
with that.
know their worth. And men are obsessed with women that respect themselves. And that's what I mean by setting the standard. I've always set the standard for every man in my life. Men, after dating me, would come back and tell me, it's just I cannot find another woman like you. No one compares to you. Or men that I would work with, that I was their partner, that we had to work together, would tell me that they couldn't find someone like me. Someone with the same work ethic. Someone that was as passionate
Fucking
as me.
simps.
Mind you, I was always extremely professional at work. But my business partners would eventually fall in love with me. Like, bad. So the secret is to never obsess over any man. Instead, be obsessed with yourself.
Horrible advice. Like, the way she's going about it, like she carries herself as a high class woman and just walks around, doesn't flirt with people, and like kind of ignores men. But men still fall over themselves trying to get at her. No, not the high caliber men that actually have women falling over for them. So
this is how to make him obsessed with you.
Go
Number
on.
one. Now, trust me on this one. Just wear the color red. Whether it's your underwear,
all right, that one. This is.
or your nails, or your lips. For some reason, there is just something so sultry about wearing red.
Just some reason red is it. They don't even do the research or understand why red is. They don't even understand why they put lipstick. They don't even understand why they make their cheeks red. These are all signifiers to men that you're ready to mate. Red is a very alluring color. And yes, when women blush and people blush, they turn red. That is the essence of how red works. So you teaching it, but not knowing how it truly works is kind of funny to me.
Apparently, it's because guys grew up seeing female figures wearing red, which
No, it's actually linked into biology.
sounds crazy, but as adults, they are so attracted to that color. So I'm just saying, this Valentine's Day, you know what you need to be doing. Number two, you've got to show him that you're comfortable enough to just be able to walk away. Guys will go crazy over
Again, the strong, independent women stuff. They really think that men love this.
a woman that wants him but doesn't need him, and is very comfortable setting boundaries and walking away should she need to. Because guys will always want what they can't have. And number three, guys find confidence so attractive.
Oh, yes.
It sounds dumb, but in order for a guy to be obsessed with you, you've got to be a little bit obsessed with yourself. This is how to
For us to be obsessed with you, you got to be obsessed with yourself. Just be obsessed with yourself.
Girls, this video is for you. Here is how to appear more attractive to a guy.
Okay.
Disclaimer, you should not feel like there is anything wrong with you. You are perfect the way you are.
You're going to give advice, but still put a disclaimer that everybody is as good as they are. Why the fuck give the advice then? Why the fuck even give the advice? You're just as good. You don't have to do anything special. Just get a man. Why give the advice?
I'm just giving this information, so do with it what you will.
Oh,
Number
okay.
one, wear the color red. There's this thing called the red theory, which basically means that guys growing up always saw the color red on women that like protect.
Again, with this wearing red thing, no, it has a lot more to do with biology and how red makes a woman look. Not just because we saw women wearing red. I actually did not see that very many women wearing red that I can think of. The only person I could think of was like Carmen Sandiego.
Protected them, women they looked up to. Now apparently they associate the color red on women with like love and nurturing. Number 2, know when you're like wearing a messy bun? Guys love that. But what they love even more.
Oh yeah, we love messy hair. Love it.
Is like those little 2 pieces of hair out in the front that you leave out. Guys are literally down bad for those. Number
Dude, man, I didn't know we were down bad for those little 2 strings that come in the front like that. Fuck, I see those all the time. Fuck, I must be down bad.
3, thumbs down to chapstick and thumbs up to lip gloss. Guys think that girls with glossy lips just hit different.
What? What do you mean hit different? What is your gloss? Oh, you're gonna gloss down those lips down there? Because I'll definitely hit different if you're glossing down there. Just saying.
Finally, play good music when you're with him. Cue the Drake. Girls, this video.
I don't really care for music too much. I mean, I guess if she likes the same music, I'd be like, oh, cool. But there's nothing game changing.
All anyone is really looking for is the person who stays. The ride or die, the person who's in your corner when you're up against the world. The person who cheers you on in your weaker moments and reaches their hand out when you feel like you're falling short. The person who would literally never leave you behind. Because that's the thing about it. Like, everybody's looking for the perfect person, but the one who stays is the one who actually cares. The one who unconditionally loves you in spite of your weaknesses and your flaws. That's a real one. That's a real person. That's real love. You don't just abandon people when they're at their weaker moments. You stand in their corner. You try to help them through whatever they might be going through. And when someone decides to see us in spite of those things for like the human that we really are, that's real love.
Boom.
All anyone is really looking.
Mic drop. How's that, Chow? Well, you know, if women are wearing red, they're trying to seduce you guys, right? And if they have those 2 little hair things in the front, you guys better look away. Because, you know, you guys, you know, we all know men can't just stand that. You know, we love it so much, we just grovel at women's feet once they have those hairs. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.